What up, though? What up, though? What up, though, with my peeps? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Taurus. Cross watcher. A little bit of Taurus, a lot of Taurus in your chart. Um, this is going to be a quick read because I still don't have, I'm still not 100%. And I need to talk less right now. So, with that being said, I can talk, so I'm going to talk. All about the healing. Look at here. All right, so my ride and dies, you know what's up. My new subscribers, welcome. And I'm honored. If you're here for the first time, welcome. Look in the description box if I put one in there. But look in the description box. We're all about that. We're all about that truth. We're all about that healing. And if you're not ready to accept the truth, look at the truth, see the truth, then this probably ain't going to be the place for you. But anyway, let's get into it. Didn't draw any cards. I'm just going to talk to you for a moment. Because what I got today is that God wants me to speak to you for a moment. He gave me the word mistake. What I got from that was it is some of you that is still holding on to some type of mistake that you've made in the past. Now, when I say the past can be tomorrow. I mean, the past could be yesterday. You just made this mistake. You made this mistake 6 months ago. You made this mistake a year ago. You made this mistake 5 years ago, 10 years ago. You made this mistake when you was in your teens. Whatever it is, okay? Because even if it happened yesterday, that's still the past. However, God, when I heard the word mistake, God says it's time to let it go. It's time to let go of that thing that you view as a mistake. See, in God's eyes, God sees it as, he sees it as I see the word bump in the road, or I see the bumps that we ride over, speed bumps. See, a lot of the things that we thought we made a mistake, or we thought that it was something big and major that we did wrong, right? That we still graveling, still looking, and still holding on to, and holding ourselves hostage over. But God said it wasn't so much that it was a mistake. It was a speed bump to slow you down. It was something in play that God placed there to slow you down, or to actually, it was a stumbling block, or it was a speed bump to detour. See, what you thought was a mistake, God put that in your way, so the real big major mistake that you could have had or you could have went through, You thought that when you went that way and you should have went this way, that was the mistake. But what God is trying to tell you, God was wanting to show you and want you to see, is that it was a detour. It was a speed bump to slow you down. It was a detour to have you to go in another direction, because what was planned, somebody was planning, somebody was plotting. You really was supposed to go this way, but you had people in your life, and you had people, so-called friends and so-called close family members that really was a foe. People that you thought you had a deep relationship with, a trust, that somebody that you could trust. They knew which way you was going. So they plotted and planned, and they put something there, to an obstacle there, a tower there, a traumatic experience, something plotted, planned to happen that will make a traumatic experience, will hold. That, what I'm trying to say, because I can't really get it out the way I want to. Okay, so just listen to me. Give me a moment. What I'm trying to say is that the mistake that you're holding on to, the mistake that you view that was very traumatic, a mistake that you may was embarrassed, or you may everybody seen you go through this thing, or you made the wrong choice, or you made the wrong decision, and you're calling it a mistake. And it's a mistake on your part, because what you view as making the wrong choice or making the wrong decision, you're viewing it in such a way that whatever in the interim was the outcome of that decision, you went through what something traumatic, something very hard, something very hurtful, something that you can't forget. So I'm talking to that collective, because when God gave me the word mistake, God also gave me the words, it's time to let it go and tell them the truth, right? So the truth is, for some of you, you were supposed to make that choice. You were supposed to make that decision. It was the right decision. It was the right choice. It was that you were headed that way. Everything was a go. But then God had to deviate you from that route because you had people, places, and things around you that had plotted and planned and did spell work and did things that you may would have never recovered from. I'm gonna say it like that. You would have been taken out of here. So what God did was, even though God knew that this detour, this speed bump, this whatever this is that God put in your way would stick with you, would truly hurt you, would truly put you in a mindset, a setback, would put you in that. God rathered you go through that than what they had planned and what the setup was for you. See, a lot of times when we go through traumatic experience and we think God didn't forget us, or God, why did you allow this to happen? You don't know the whole story. You don't know what God knows. Oftentimes, if the outcome of your decision or the outcome of something that happens, it happens and it's really bad and it's unfortunate, it's a reason. It is a reason why God allowed you to go through that. It is a reason why God had you on this road. You was going, you was doing good. You was, everything with all the ducks was in the row, everything was good. But oftentimes, when it's like that, it's all good in the hood. You in good spirits, you positive. You got this positive glow, this positive energy. It's you against the world. But if you don't got the right people around you, if you don't know who you got around you, if you're not willing to let go and release these people, certain people around you, this is what happens. God has to protect you against your own self. Because at the end of the day, you didn't release these people. You didn't let them go. You thought that these people were your friends and you was willing to allow these people to stay in your life because they was your friends for 20 years. They stood by you for 20 years. But God knew. God knows what's best. When he sends you the red flags and he sends you and show you who people really are. But you second guess yourself. No, this person ain't like that. This ain't that. And all the time they plotting. They setting you up. They wishing for your downfall. Because the people I'm talking to, you were on the road of success. Everything was a go. That's why it hurt so bad when God had to come in and make you detour and go another direction. When God had to come in and stop it and block that success. Because if you went any further, it was a setup. It was something in play for you, for your downfall. You hurting, and when I say downfall, I'm not talking about no downfall, you didn't get something or you didn't get the promotion or your business. No, I'm talking about downfall in the ground. It was that deep. So God, anytime, God gonna come in. Yeah, you hurt, you traumatized, you trying to figure out what is going on. I did all this work and God, you was here. You said go, you said do. I know you said you said for me to go and do it. And I did what you said for me to do. So what's going on? Oftentimes you got people alongside you, know where you're headed, know you're getting ready to get that success, know you're getting ready to get that big dollar, know you're getting ready, everything finna flow in ebb and flow for you. So they plot, plan, and hire and do all kind of things. So as you begin to walk into that door that God has already told you that's yours, he got to block it. He got to stop it. That very thing he told you to do, that very thing he told you that was yours, he got to stop it. Because you got people. You got people in your front, your back, your side. That's plotting. That want to take you out of here. Not only take you out of here, but take what's yours. Wherever you going, whatever you getting, they want to take it from you. Not just not just your salvation, not just your soul. They want to take everything from you. And what God does, he stop it. And when he stop it, he knows that it's going to cause a traumatic experience for you. Very traumatic experience. Some people never recover. But God said he'd rather you go through that than an untimely unalive. Because in the interim, you may be traumatized, you may be set back, you may have to recover, you may have to go, it may take you some years. But God constantly keep working on you for you to know the truth, for you to accept some type of responsibility. Because if you had let those people go, then you would have been able to go ahead and do what you need to do. It's a process. When God tell you, show them red flags, you don't wave them red flags. I don't care who it is. You don't wave, oh no, that can't be true. Oh, no. And all the time, every time you getting ready to go up to the next level, they right there to stop you. They right there to block you. So your mistake, this big mistake, this big choice, this big thing that you made, that you can't forgive yourself for, you got to release this. Because your mistake wasn't the choice that you made. It was the people that you had around you that was trying to take you out, and God protected you. And yeah, he knew. But like I said, he loved you enough. In spite, he knew it was going to hurt you. But he wouldn't allow them to take you out. He wouldn't allow that setup to go forth. He loved you that much to stop that thing. So what you think about a choice you made, what you think about a decision you made that altered your life, that you won't forgive yourself for. You still walking around with that, and you won't forgive yourself because it was something that was major in your life. No, honey. God saved you. That was God saving you. You got to change your mindset. You got to forgive yourself because you don't know the whole story. He made a detour for your life. You are God's child. You are his. You are a representation of God. He protects you. He loves you just like a child. That's why in Christianity, they view God, you are God's child. That's where they get that from, because you are his representative. And if you do right by him, he protects you. And I say him because it's easier for me to say that right now. But he protects you. And even from your own self. Loves you because he knows that you love him. You've been tried, tested, and proven that you love him. So with all of that, because you have these people around you, and because you have all this going on, and your eyes are not open to see these people for who they truly are. And it's time for you to elevate. It's time for you to move on. It's time for you to take that next step. But these people won't allow it. And so because you can't see, And God sees and know all. Your angels is there. He utilizes your angels, your ancestors. All of them God utilizes. Because if it ain't your time, it ain't your time. And just because you did not see these people, you did not look at the red flag and believe what God showed you about those people. It wasn't a mistake. It was God's grace. His grace and his mercy. Because he showed you. If it got to that point, he showed you. He showed you, but you didn't see it. You just did not see it. And you took all of that and you kept it, and you're keeping it as a mistake that you made, and you're holding on to something that God said not. God said to let it go because you have finally let these people go. These people are no longer in your life. You have released these people and walked away from these people. You finally saw them. So why you keep holding on to it? Let that go. It's time to heal. Heal those last wounds. Heal these things that no longer resonate, no longer you should be holding on to. No longer. You know what I'm saying. Whoever you are that resonate with this, you know what I'm saying. These are people, places, and things that you were supposed to been let go, but you didn't let them go. You didn't let them go when you were supposed to. Them people. You finally let these people go, but you're still holding on to the mistake. This is similar to that other reading I did. Similar. Because you made a choice. You made a decision. And you believe with all your heart, all your soul, and your mind that it was the right decision. It was the right choice. And when you went towards to make that choice and that decision, something happened, something major, something was broken, something was shut down, something happened in your face. It was in your face. But God wants you to know the truth. He shut it down. He shut it down. He slowed you down. He put a speed bump. He put a detour. He put a blockage for you not to go further. And it was to save you. Save your life. Save your soul. But you took it as you never should have made the wrong choice. You made the wrong decision. You shouldn't have went that route. If you hadn't went that route, then none of this would have happened. But that's not the truth. You were supposed to make that choice. You were supposed to go that route, but the people around you knew that. And they thought that they stopped you. They thought that they were the ones to block you, but they wasn't. God did. God did it, not them. And God did it because the plan and the setup, and if you would have kept going in that direction, then you would have lost in the end. When God cut it off, he cut it off, and it seems like it has the same effect, but it don't. You still living. You still here. You still prospering. And what you think What you thought at that time was success, you went beyond that. And you went beyond that, because even though God cut it off, even though God blocked it and stopped it, you lost that. But God made a detour, made you go another way and another round. And you still came out successful. But you still holding on to that because it was traumatic. But God wants you to know it's traumatic because he had to stop it and he had to block it. And it's by his grace and his mercy, because you wouldn't be here today if he didn't. So, again, let it go. Heal it, acknowledge it, release it, and let it go. Move on. You have so much more than whatever this is, you have so much more going for you. So much in store for you. And if you're going to say that you made a mistake, let it be real. Because this wasn't a mistake. This was God's doing. He blocked it. He stopped it because he knew the outcome. If you continue to go that route, what the plan, the plot, the setup. And he saved you. Not you made a mistake. He saved you by his mercy and his grace, because you did not listen when he told you to leave these people alone at first. You eventually listened, but at first, no. So God intervened and he saved you by his mercy and his grace. So instead of you being hard on yourself, instead of you holding on and not forgiving yourself, it's time to release it. Give God the praise. Give God the glory. Because it was him and it was his doing, and it was for you in the long run. That's what he said. So I'm going to leave it right there. I hope this reaches who it needs to reach. It's time to heal, guys. We go through too much. We go through too much to sit with guilt, anger, resentment. We go through too much. And it's just time to let things go, let things ride. 9 times out of 10, a lot of this stuff is in the past anyway. And you can never, ever fix the past. But your future is bright. And you can shape and mold your future to be whatever you want it to be. But the past is done. You have to let that stuff go. Because everything you holding on to is keeping you from shaping and molding something beautiful, something positive for your future. You're holding on to the past that's stopping you from shaping, molding, and having a beautiful future. So which one do you want? It's up to you. So with that being said, I'm going to leave it right there. I'm sending you love. I'm sending you healing. Hit those comments. Remember, equal give and take. I'm giving to you. At least you can like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. You know, let a sister know am I on point. Let a sister know that I hit a nerve. Let a sister know what you gonna do. Are you gonna heal, or are you gonna keep on holding on to this past mistake that you calling a mistake and it's not really a mistake? So what you gonna do? I'm sending love your way. I'm sending healing your way. And Trinity is